Global happenings today. We communicate. We analyze global news.
The Vice President under Bola Tinubu has made his position known in respect to a sitting president suspending a governor or any other elected officer. He made this known during a book launch, and it will shock you the level of interaction between him and some persons considered to be political enemies of the APC. And it's best you get to hear exactly his position.
A leader who empowers others. He's a man who can make you translate reality to vision. And he's also a man who can foster a positive environment for growth. I welcome here the Vice President, His Excellency Senator Shettima, GCON.
Kindly, please sit down, please. There is a prophetic hadith that says, the bravest amongst men is he who forgives, not the one who fights with a furious elephant. I want to commend you for the courage to forgive all those who had offended you in the course of your public duties. And Martin Luther King said, the ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands at moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy. In the last 4 years of the Jonathan administration, I was the most demonized person. I was the public enemy number one. And there are two gentlemen seated here. Certain decisions are taken in a very rare peace cycle. The President, the Vice President, the Senate President, and the Speaker of the House of Representatives. At one of such conclaves, former President Goodluck Jonathan GCFR, with whom we have shared the sword and have now recalibrated our relationship, was mooting the idea of removing this Borno governor, and Aminu Waziri Tambuwal, the then Speaker of the House of Representatives, had the courage to tell the President that, Your Excellency, you don't have the power to remove an elected councillor. The President was still not convinced. He mooted the idea at the Federal Executive Council. I admire Mr. Mohammed Bello Adoke fundamentally for his courage and for his convictions and for his capacity to stand for what he believes in. He told the then President that, Mr. President, you do not have the power to remove a sitting governor, not even a councillor. They sought for the opinion of another SAN in the cabinet, Kabiru Turaki, who said, I am concurring with the opinion of my senior colleague. That was how the matter was laid to rest, but that was how my relationship with Mr. Bello Adoke and Aminu Waziri Tambuwal became eternally sealed. The former President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and Chairman of the occasion, His Excellency Goodluck Jonathan GCFR, ably represented by the former President of the Senate, Senator Anyim Pius Anyim, GCON. Former Senate President, who is conspicuously absent, he has left since then. My brother, the amiable governor of Oyo State, Engineer Sheyi Makinde, and the deputy governor of Kogi State, Comrade Joel Salifu. You have to be amiable because you are a bloody deputy governor, so. Members of the National Assembly present here, most especially Senator Aliyu Ahmed Wadada, Chairman Senate Committee on Public Accounts, and Senator Kakasha Lawan, who succeeded me as the Senator for Borno Central. The Attorney General of the Federation, ably represented by the Solicitor General and Permanent Secretary of the Ministry, Mrs. Beatrice J.D. Akbar. I prepare to call it Beatrice. This is how we Northerners call it, Beatrice J.D. Akbar. The Ambassador of Italy to Nigeria, His Excellency Stefano De Leo. The game changer, is he still around? No, the game changer has left. But the infant terrible of the Nigerian Governors Club, hate him, love him, but you can't ignore him. Nasiru Ahmed El-Rufai, former governor of Kaduna State, and the pious-speaking leader of the Concosia movement, Dr. Rabiu Musa Konkoso. When are we celebrating your 70th birthday? Because your friend just celebrated his own. My father, Joseph C.D. Baje, the Emir of Lafia. My brother, JFK, John Kayode Payemi, the former governor of Ekiti State. My friend, my brother, the governor of Kwara State, former governor of Kwara State, Abdel Fattah Ahmed. Special advisor to the president on policy coordination, we call her the head girl, Hadiza Bala Usman. Special advisor to the president on general duties, office of the vice president, Dr. Aliyu Modibo Umar. The author of the book, former attorney general of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Mohammed Bello Adoke, CFR, SAN. Former Minister of Information, Alhaji Lai Mohammed. Heads of government agencies and parastatals. J.D. Akbar, I told you I sheikh, a modern sheikh, when I saw you with a turban when I came in. Alhaji Hassan Tukur, a polyglot in his own right. Ndudi, Elumelu, Mahesh, so many, which reflects the eclectic crowd of friends that Mohammed Bello Adoke maintains. We have PDP. We have new PDP. We have the coalition ably represented by my elder brother, Malam Nasiru Ahmed El-Rufai. We have the NNPP, APC, ably represented by, but this is a reflection, this is a kaleidoscope of colors. What binds us together supersedes whatever that divides us. Former IGP MD Abubakar is a PDP man. So also is Senator. Oh, okay, let me say sympathetic to PDP. We are all one. I have the best of relationship with him, in spite of our minor political differences. And of course, Senator Dagash, I believe you, are you in ADC or APC or PDP? Only God knows where you belong to. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Nigeria has endured the silence of too many who left public service with their stories sealed in the vaults of memory. Our public service is a territory governed by silence. There is silence to preserve relationships. There is silence to protect secrets too delicate to disclose. And there is silence for memories we would rather forget. As a generation of leaders, we must summon the courage to document our journeys. Our host today, my friend, my brother, Mohammed Bello Adoke, is a stranger to neither storytelling nor public scrutiny. He is, first and foremost, a lawyer, and a very prominent erudite lawyer for that matter. His new book, OPL 245, The Inside Story of the 1.3 billion oil block, is a recollection of events that still stir debate. These debates unfold in boardrooms and newsrooms. They echo through political cycles and around dinner tables. In his own words, he was bloodied but unbowed. This is a sentiment familiar to anyone who has walked the corridors of power in this country. So I must say this without equivocation. Each of us who has had the privilege of serving this country owes the people an account of our stewardship. Our stories are not ours alone. They belong to the nation. They belong to history. We must never forget that public service is, in the end, a life lived on the dock in the court of public opinion. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, there is no doubt that those named in this book will tell their own side of the story. That indeed is how history finds its balance. Every witness must speak. Every accused person must speak. Every participant must speak. And as they do, we are reminded of a sobering truth. Life itself is a litigation with no end. There is no final adjournment in the pursuit of justice. There is no permanent discharge in the reckoning of history. We have always been summoned, not by a judge, but by conscience and by posterity. This book, therefore, is an access card to the next phase of hearings in the court of public opinion. The pages of this work will inspire debates. They will provoke rebuttals. They will ignite fresh investigations. These conversations will take place in drawing rooms, in lecture halls, and in the columns of tomorrow's newspapers. I believe that Dr. Ruben Abati will feature this book in his next column. But this is the nature of storytelling. It expands the moment it is shared with the public. Those who have walked this path carry scars that do not always show. They bear burdens that do not always make it into official reports. That is why we must commend every attempt to document our stories. Not because they are perfect, but because they are necessary. Not because they end the conversation, but because they begin it. The courts may close. The headlines may fade. The official records may be revised, but the conscience of a nation never adjourns. In that eternal courtroom, we are all on trial. Not only for what we did, but for what we dare to remember, for what we dare to reveal, and for what we dare to pass on. As we live here today, we must realize something fundamental. This culture of accounting for our place in history shall remain our solemn pact until we draw our final breath. It is a duty that binds us to one another and to the generations yet unborn. We must continue to honor this calling until we arrive at that ultimate destination where our stories are no longer ours to tell, where our memories yield to eternity, and where judgment is neither appealed nor revised, but sealed forever. Mr. Adoke, thank you for telling your own side of the story. May our nation continue to prosper. May we continue to be united in the cause of this our great nation. Thank you, and may God bless us all.